Loyalty programs are everywhere, but many lose customers fast, with nearly half dropping off after signing up. While most QSR customers say reward drive their dining choices, generic discounts just aren't enough. To unpack this, we have Nick Watson from Marigold. So, Nick, what's the biggest reason why loyalty programs underperform?
First is that a lot of programs are actually just kind of blanket discounting and promotional marketing, but under the banner of loyalty. So what's important here is that there's no earned element to these promotions or discounts that's being provided. And what that can do is give an erosion in consumer confidence in the brand's pricing over time. Just think about kind of grocery stores and their member pricing and the fact that you feel that actually you're overpaying if you don't have the member pricing and you're not signed up to the program. And this isn't sustainable in the long term. I think if you think about, for example, a 5% discount needs to lead to the sales increase of 20% in order to maintain the same gross profit in dollars. So, that isn't sustainable. And when you also think about a lot of sectors have buy one, get one free as 80% of their offers, this isn't something that can be maintained as well. And this happens outside of loyalty programs, but it also happens inside loyalty programs too. And when you take into account that onboarding is often quite failed or not really thought about as well, and actually it's incredibly important to move consumers and members through from first purchase to second purchase in order to bring them into a program and see the value. And this often doesn't happen either. Well, this is often going to be a problem where you get members into your program, but then they start to churn, and it's not really clear where the value is for the business or for the members as well.
Now that we've identified the main reasons, how can QSRs build loyalty programs that are both sustainable and successful?
Well, I think they can think of four things. The first is they need to think of attribution. They need to think of how they prove the value of the program. So, for example, offering points for something non-transactional will allow you to trace cause and effect. Earning the points for things like progressive profiling or watching a video is a good way to lead people in, and that can be traced back to transactions as well. Importantly, also things like bonus points, for example, post redemption as an offer in order for someone to pay full price is a great way to spot how your program is directly impacting revenue, and that can be attributed to your program as well. So attribution is important. Then this element of rewards is important. I touched on it before with this blanket discounting. So if you actually think about asking your members to earn their way to their reward, this is a much more sustainable way of thinking, and it's driving the incremental changes in behavior that you need in order to build up your revenue and to get people from that first to that second transaction as well. And so you need to think about that, of course, the holistic sense of why would someone be loyal to your brand, which is often outside of the control of the loyalty program owner. But what a loyalty program owner can control is the incentivization and encouragement of staff to both promote in terms of driving new membership for members of the loyalty program, but also encouragement for people to actually engage and interact with the program on an ongoing basis. White Castle have also done this really well with staff incentives and competitions at a store level in order to drive that, and they saw an uptick of 70% of engagement with the program when they did that. And then finally, I think the other really important part is the growth of the program is based upon redemption and that pathway to an early recognition of the value of the program. What we saw from working with KFC in the US with their loyalty program is that there's a 95% higher customer lifetime value for members that redeemed their rewards. So that pathway to redemption and getting people to see the value of redeeming and showing that as early as possible is really, really important in order to make a program successful as well.
These may all sound daunting for brands concerned about the time and cost to set up. So, with that, what should they consider to get started? What should they prioritize?
Well, I think you can think about testing out loyalty mechanics, for example, under the structure of an existing CRM system or program. So you could think about testing different techniques, often through your current multi-channel marketing and messaging tools. So that's one way to do it. It's harder to do. It's not as easy to maintain. So that's why what we've done is create a bit of a framework that we have built upon with the knowledge of all the different programs that we run for enterprise brands. We've built it onto our scalable hardened loyalty platform, but we've templatized it with a thought process around what are the key areas of a program that will make it successful. So we've built templates out to identify who are the growers, for example, which members are growing with you on an incremental basis, whether it's day by day or week by week or year by year. These are the people you don't want to discount to. So this is where you don't have to give away the house in order to keep their business. They're growing naturally with you anyway. Then you think on the other end, you have your decliners. And these are the people that you will discount to, for example, and you might discount to them more heavily. You need to buy their business back to stop them churning. And then in the middle, we have our stable cohort. So they're kind of people that you may discount to sometimes, but otherwise you continue to incentivize them with challenges and other gamification to change their behavior and keep them purchasing more and then giving them the rewards for doing so. And then they get that golden moment of the redemption, which we talked about, which I mentioned earlier, which is where that's the chance to get people to buy full price because they are desperate to earn more points in order to get that golden moment of redemption.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights, Nick. We are looking forward to having you back on the program.
Thanks so much.
Once again, that was Nick Watson, Vice President for Business Consulting at Marigold. For more news, visit qsrmedia.co.uk.